Do one or more of these topics resonate with you? Cellular data overages from malicious activity, need for better network security, private network implementation complexity and delays, difficulty and uncertainty of obtaining public static IPv4 addresses? Here at USAT, we believe that easy access to secure data exchange should not depend on the size of your business or lines of service minimums for cellular carriers to spin up a private network. So we rolled up our sleeves and went to work, introducing Express M2M Prime Network, available exclusively from USAT. I'm Keith McKechnie, and one of my goals as a solutions engineer at USAT is to provide insight into current and future M2M, IoT, cellular, and networking technologies so that our customers can develop cost-effective applications that meet and exceed expectations. Express M2M Prime Network is a simple any-point-to-any-point zero-tunnel private network. Zero tunnel meaning no wired link to a headquarters. So USAT has their own cellular network? No, but we have partnered with the nation's largest cellular carrier with the best nationwide coverage. So wherever you find Verizon 4G LTE, you will find Express M2M Prime Network. What are the benefits that you get from this? What is unique about Express M2M Prime Network? Well, you get high security, low complexity, and rapid launch. Same or next day deployment. Let's focus first on security. As you may know, the internet has revolutionized the way we work, the way we transact business, the way organizations collect data, our public transportation infrastructure, and on and on. Almost every aspect of our way of life has been changed due to the internet. Just as evil has existed with good since the beginning of time, the internet is also a platform for malcontents, hackers, black hat organizations, people who want to cause you harm and cost you money just because they can. In 1990, the number of computer viruses were about 500. By 1998, there were around 20,000. In 2005, 1 every 12 minutes were discovered. Today, new malware is discovered at a rate of more than 4 per second. At the same time, hackers are deploying massive systems that automatically exploit weaknesses in network infrastructures. Because of this, at any given time today, there are over 50,000 job openings in network and cybersecurity just in North America alone. In 2017, we saw a huge increase of cellular data plan overages, some to the tune of tens of thousands of dollars, just because hackers were able to implant code in some cellular gateways for denial of service attacks. USAT, as a consultative technology organization, are informing our clientele of these growing issues. Many applications, if you really examine it, don't really need to run on the actual public internet. The internet is just a convenient platform for it to run on. So why should you expose your mission-critical application to the wickedness of the public internet if you don't have to? So how many hackers have broken into our network and ran up our clients' data usage? 0. And why would they want to, since most of them do it for denial of service attacks on public internet entities? Private network? No access to public entities. How do private networks help with security? Why are they important? Well, one reason is private networks shield your publicly reachable IP addresses from hackers who develop automated systems that constantly probe public static IP addresses and machines on the public internet. In real life, this translates to huge data plan overages and disruptions of service. Let's look next at complexity. Spinning up a private network with Verizon or AT&T takes weeks and has taken months in some cases. You get a 30-page application that takes a seasoned IT professional to understand and properly fill out. With USAT Express M2M Prime Network, that work has already been completed. Rapid launch. That's where the term Express comes into play. Now, assuming you also buy your hardware from us as well, we will also include with every Express M2M Prime Network line these services: provisioning, reporting, labeling, testing, just-in-time activation, password management, an express spare, and a dedicated support line. Drilling down a bit, there are two different options we offer for Express M2M Prime Network. Option number one is called a gated community. It's multi-tenant. What I mean by that is that you will be sharing a private network pool with other like-minded, security-conscious USAT customers who also saw the benefits of complete isolation from the public internet. It will have reachable IPv4 static IP addresses. There are no setup fees, no line minimums, next day implementation is possible, and the contract is a monthly contract. Option number two is called the gated estate. You have a completely private pool of up to 256 static IP addresses that are not shared with other customers and thus private just to your organization. There is, however, a $250 setup fee, no line minimums. Expedited implementation is possible. We currently have about 3 of these in stock, so it depends on our stock levels, and the contract again is month to month. As mentioned up front, this is an any point to any point zero tunnel private network. So each node on that network will be assigned a static IP. Devices can inherently communicate with each other on the network. If you want to access your devices, you just simply add another node via a cellular interface with our Express M2M Prime Network SIM card. As you know, public static IP addresses are running out, and at some point Verizon and AT&T will no longer be able to offer them. Since Express M2M Prime is private, we will always be able to offer static IPv4 addresses long after Verizon and AT&T run out of them. Indeed, public static IPv4 addresses are running out. Here's a graphical map which represents all 2.4 billion static IP addresses by region. Pay attention to the light gray as it represents the unassigned. Starting in 2007, you see a fair amount of light gray. As time goes on to 2016, there is virtually no gray remaining. When they are finally gone, it will force people to either a IPv6 system, where most M2M equipment is not yet compatible with, or to private networks, where you can reuse private static IPs on each network. Let's look at a case study here. So we have a company called A1 HVAC Monitor Company. They hold contracts to manage the heating and air at 30 retail locations owned by 4 different clients. The contract involves real-time monitoring of equipment to ensure that temperature levels are optimized during work hours as well as off hours. By the way, with the Target store security breach that happened a couple years ago, hackers were able to get in through the HVAC monitor system that was tied together in the same network with their credit card system. Now it is common practice to completely isolate those different types of networks. However, with Express M2M Prime Network, even monitoring systems are completely private and not accessible to the public network. So A1's network looks like this. Each store has a gateway connected to the building's system controller. The main controller is located at A1's headquarters via the access gateway shown on the right. As A1's business grows, more store franchises can be added on to the Express M2M Prime Network, which is completely sealed and protects A1 from the nastiness that happens on the public internet. Here's a simple block diagram of a typical SCADA application using Express M2M Prime Network. It shows a meter, a remote terminal unit, a security camera, and a SCADA controller all connected to the network. You can even drive your truck around with a Panasonic Toughbook and an Express M2M Prime SIM card to perform maintenance on your entire network. So what do the different plans look like, and what is the cost breakdown? The rate plans are the same as our standard Express M2M public plans, except there is not a monthly $2 charge for a public static IP, since this is a private network. So pick out the plan in the chart shown based on what data usage fits you best, and contact your USAT account rep for a quote. Dynamic Mobile Network Routing. We actually have this now, but have not fully completed the testing, so we're keeping it somewhat quiet until we do. DMNR allows multiple subnets and end devices behind multiple gateways to talk to each other, just as if they were all connected to a single Ethernet switch sitting around at a conference table. This essentially extends the private network to individual LAN devices and multiple subnets that are behind each gateway, and allows any of those devices to communicate with any other device privately, no matter where they are located. In summary, any business or government client with any size deployment can have increased protection from hackers, a private network that fits a standard network budget, private network deployment without the complexity and requirement for seasoned IT staff to design and implement, and of course reachable IPv4 static IP addresses. Again, with Express M2M Prime Network, you are not on the public internet, where there are more than 4 new security threats created every second that you have to contend with. It's high security, low complexity, and rapid launch. USAT exists to help solve your most complex cellular, M2M, and Internet of Things challenges in the most cost-effective way. We stock top-tier cellular devices and provide engineering and technical services, as well as cost-effective cellular data plans. Questions? We would love to hear from you to discuss your application.